2022 postseason for the MLB is underway, and that means the Seattle Mariners are playing playoff baseball for the first time in 21 years. Game 1 was absolutely perfect. Couldn't have gone any better in my head. We had an absolute gem from Luis Castillo, 7 1/3, absolutely electric stuff, and then Andres Munoz coming in, El Bombero. The Mariners got out to a very, very early lead against the Toronto Blue Jays and their stud pitcher, Alek Manoah. Early on in the game, the Mariners were playing very fundamental baseball. Julio Rodriguez gets hit by a pitch, ouch. Ty France moves him over, perfect. And Eugenio Suarez hits a double down the line, scoring Julio very, very easily, giving the Mariners a 1-0 lead. And in comes big dumper Cal Raleigh, batting in the 4 spot, by the way. Love him batting cleanup. I think it's perfect. Breaks up the righties a little bit with a little bit of switch hitting action. Amazing. Hits an absolute tank to put the Mariners up 3-0 in the first inning, shocking the Toronto Blue Jays Rogers Center audience. And it was, I was in awe. It didn't feel real. Mariners playoff baseball still does not feel real. But the rest of this game, the Mariners would cruise. Julio would score again later on, making it a 4-0 lead on a Eugenio Suarez single. And Luis Castillo, like I said, shoved the entire game. 7 1/3, scattered hits, plenty of strikeouts, and Andres Munoz closing the door for game 1, leading into lots of momentum for game 2. Now I'm going to pass it over to Colton to let you guys know how the rest of this wildcard series went.
Pass it over to Colton, he says. To tell you how the rest of the wildcard series went, he says, well, here we go. Take a look. This is how the rest of the wildcard series went as the Mariners took down the Blue Jays earlier with an insane 10-9 win. Now we have a couple things we need to talk about this game specifically, but first, can we just relish in this picture? I mean, look at Gino. Look at Gino hanging out. You have Carlos Santana down here. We have Jerry. Jerry's in here somewhere. Jerry DePoto. We're not playing a game of Where's Waldo, but he's in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this game got off to a kind of rocky start. We had our boy Robbie Ray returning to the 6 and taking on his former team that he won the Cy Young with in the Blue Jays. I know that I speak for most Mariners fans when I say we really didn't want Robbie Ray pitching in this game. Ray gave up 32 home runs during the regular season, and coming into a stadium that gives up a lot of home runs against a very heavily right-handed hitting team, and they know what he throws, I don't know, this just didn't feel like a good idea to pitch Ray. A lot of people were saying we should pitch Gilbert instead of Ray, and then have Kirby pitch game 3 if necessary, and they could have been right. Robbie Ray went just 3 innings, giving up 4 earned runs, 2 home runs, only striking out 4, and then we had an absolute collapse by the boy Paul Sewald, giving up 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. The Mariners went into the top of the 6th inning down 8-1, but that did not last long. Kevin Gausman got slapped around a little bit there in that 5th inning, and he ended up giving up 4 runs, striking out 7. Then Tim Mesa came in and also gave up a run. But there is one specific pitcher on the Blue Jays I want to talk about that makes this win so much more sweet. The Mariners went from being down 8-1 to being down 8-5. Thinking, okay, there's a chance here. There is at least a chance. Diego came in and got 1 out. Matt Festa pitched relatively well. We had Penn Murphy come in and do what Penn Murphy does. Then we get to the top of the 8th inning. We have Anthony Bass on the hill. The tying runs at first base with JP Crawford stepping up to the plate, and then this play happens.
Crawford to center field, not deep. Sprinting in Springer, and Bichette and Springer collide.
The reason this is so funny to me is definitely not because Bo Bichette and George Springer collided. I feel really bad for them. I really do hope George Springer is all right. It's because this happened when the Mariners swept the Blue Jays back in July. You can see Paul Sewald walking off the hill, sweeping away the Blue Jays. And at the end, that's what's going to happen in this game. However, Anthony Bass, the pitcher that gave up these runs, didn't really like that when that first happened. And so when the Mariners were going on to face the Blue Jays, he said, "We're ready for you. The 6 is ready for you. Bring it on." And the Mariners, well, they brought it on. And Anthony Bass gave up those 3 runs on that collision play. And the Mariners brought it on. He told them to bring it on. And as you can see after the game, Anthony Bass deleted his Twitter. The Mariners fans went into his mentions so quick. And he deleted his Twitter. And as fate would have it, the day of this game, October 8th, was the 27-year anniversary of the double. You know, just like one of the biggest plays in Seattle Mariners history, one of the most important and influential moments in the history of this franchise, that was the double. And here we are in the top of the 9th inning. We're in the top of the 9th inning here with the Blue Jays closer on the mound in Jordan Romano and slapdick Adam Frazier up to hit. And by the way, just sidebar here, Frazier's been really good for the Mariners so far in this wildcard series and in the playoffs. The game is tied 9-9 in the 9th. The Mariners need to get this run in from second base after Cal Raleigh hit another double.
Hey, it's Big Jumper. Let's go get the next series. Let's go, baby.
And who do we have but slapdick Frazier up to hit, and here we go. There it is, lined into the right field corner for a base hit. Here comes Raleigh. The throw to the plate is late, and the Mariners are going to play for the American League Division Series. It doesn't flow as well as it did when Dave did it, but you get the point. Then the Mariners brought on star rookie George Kirby in the bottom of the 9th to close out this game. And the Mariners are going on to the American League Division Series to face, you guessed it, the Houston Astros. Now, question for you. Do you think this is the end of the season for the Blue Jays right here? When the Mariners had a game against them during their 14-game winning streak, and we had this Blue Jays fan back here walking by the Moose, and she walks by and she flips off the Moose. And as you can see from our boy Zach, he says, "You got yourself Moose cursed." That's on you. You're the reason the Blue Jays are no longer in the postseason. So on October 8th, 1995, the Mariners had the double. And then on October 8th, 2022, the Mariners had another double. What are we calling this one? The other double? The ubble? I have no idea. All I know is that Adam Frazier came through for the Mariners, and there's a lot to talk about with reaction to this game. And I think we also need to talk about the contingent of Mariners fans that were in Toronto, including our friend Ty Gonzalez, as they stuck around to talk to the Mariners after the game, and they had this to say. Now this is in regards to Scott Service, and the Mariners fans were absolutely wild. And that's not the only wild thing the Mariners fans had to say, as we actually brought the rally shoe back, and I think this is actually a part of Mariners lore now. If you guys want a little bit of history about the rally shoe comes from the 13-inning game they had against the Yankees. You know the one, where they walked off in fantastic fashion. Luis Castillo's second start ever for the Mariners, and there was a guy in the stands who put one of his shoes on his head. And as the game went deeper and deeper, he eventually put his other shoe on his head, and it just became a thing. The rally shoe became a thing. You can see this tweet here from Kevin Martinez. The shoe is going into the Mariners Hall of Fame, the rally shoe. You can see friend of the show Ashley here with "Why are we all wearing shoes on our head? I don't know, it's playoff baseball, baby!" And they all got the rally shoe on their head. And you can see folks at T-Mobile Park that were viewing the watch party at the stadium are all in on the rally shoe. The rally shoe is a thing, and the rally shoe is here to stay. It's even on the big screen, folks. The rally shoe is even on the big screen. This is happening, and there's nothing you could do to stop it. Chaos Ball was out in full force, but it ended like this, with our boys dancing around up in Canada. People that think that ham is bacon. Canadian bacon's a joke, folks. It's just ham, not real bacon.
The last time we got together and had a celebration, we talked about how this team was just getting started. 8-1. Looks like we're down. You guys quit ever. Okay? So proud of this group. And you know what? We are just getting started. The next stop, y'all know where we're going. It ain't gonna be easy. We got it! We got it! Yes! Are you ready? Believe it! I'm ready! Are you ready? I'm ready!
And you heard what Scott had to say. He said the next stop, it ain't gonna be easy, but we got this. The Astros are easily the most formidable foe the Mariners have ever faced, and this is gonna be a big series. And no matter what happens in this series, listen, we had this, okay? The Astros are gonna be tough to beat, I'm not gonna lie. Houston's not gonna be easy, one bit. But you know what? You gotta beat the best to be the best. That was Mariners baseball to a T. I'm so excited to see what happens in the Houston series starting on Tuesday. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. If you guys want to see our reaction to when Cal Raleigh hit the home run that sent the Mariners to the playoffs, check out the video on the screen now. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And go ALDSers.